Clan and kin. Nothing else matters.
What's going on, Clan and Kin fam? It's me. And I thought I would just stop by for a few minutes and, as a first video, sort of like an intro video, explain to you guys why I decided to rebrand. I know there's been a whole lot of questions, people want to know, why are you changing up? Why are you doing what you're doing? So I thought I'd drop a video just as an introduction to Clan and Kin. Number one, everybody knows I was doing Meet at the Creek. This was supposed to be, when this started, it was all because of Natalie. She calls me on the phone one day, Dad, you need to do a podcast. I know you want to do radio, but you need to do a podcast. People are interested in what you got to say. And so I started doing it, piddling with it a little bit, and I thought to myself one day, we live stream. Podcasting wouldn't be much different if I did it by video. So I go on YouTube and I see, guys like Joe Rogan, other guys that are doing, just lots of things. So, I stumbled upon a group called Think Media, Christians, and they're very positive, very encouraging. And, I subscribed to a lot of their channels, got to watching them. They were doing things. They were all doing good things. And I realized that, I could make a go of it if I really wanted to try. So I just kind of expanded Meet at the Creek and started at first here in the house in my podcast room, just a converted bedroom, as you can see behind me. Just a place where I like to hang out a little, here and there, and just spend a little quiet time, just time by myself. So I'm in here, and I thought, my equipment has a Bluetooth. I wonder if I could call somebody. So the next thing I know, I'm calling people on the phone, and that bounced last summer into, the very first one we did at the coffee shop. And we was so relaxed and so chill. It was a nice place, and I thought, this is what I'm going to do. So I just started inviting guests, to come to the coffee shop. And I knew I was going to be able to do it all the way up till basketball season. Got it done. But all through the fall, I kept getting some feedback. Not that I worry too much about what anybody has to say, but I kept getting feedback from people outside of the church and a few people inside the church that, preacher, we'd really like to see you do just religious stuff. I'm not into this, I'm not into that. Well, I am into those things, and no offense to anybody that's not. You don't have to watch these videos. I mean, it's really no sweat off my back, but I'm interested in it. I'm not making any money, and it's not costing you anything, so except from some time. So if you're not interested, you don't got to watch. It is what it is. But I thought, they're right. I need to move this away from the church if I'm going to do people outside of the church. So a couple of years ago, I had started this search about my genealogy. Not that I am really all that worried about it, but I'm interested in it, and started tracing my lineage back. I guess it's 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. I started doing that. Stumbled upon some great information, a lot of history. I traced my last name's Jeffrey, and I traced our lineage back to Scottish Wales, and that's as far as the records went at the time. My family originated in a clan called the Geoffrey clan, and over time that changed, obviously, down through the years to Jeffrey. But it was interesting. I shared a lot of that information with my dad and some other family members, and I learned some things I didn't know. But I was watching an interview about a year and a half ago with Conor McGregor, and he said this in the interview. He said it's all about clan and kin. So I really got to digging into that, clan and kin. The people who are like family, that's your clan. People who you bring in, that's your clan. They're like family. And then the other people are the people who are your family, the people who want to be in your life, the people who invest in your life. And that's what my podcast is, my channel is going to be about. Clan and kin. We're gonna talk about people, places. I'm gonna do experiences. We're gonna go out and just tour these businesses. I'm not going to be a tourist channel, but we're going to go experience places maybe that people don't experience a lot. We're going to get to know the owners, the businesses. We're going to get to know our civil servants and people who help us and who serve us and who make decisions on our behalf. And it's important that we know these things. But mainly, I want to also really focus on people, on clan and kin, people who are important to me. Someday I'm going to be gone, and my children, my grandchildren, my great grandchildren, maybe they're going to want to know, why Papa did things the way he did them, what made him him, and I want them to get to know my clan and my kin. As soon as I announced the brand and I had the logo come out, first thing somebody said, I can't believe you're going to use that name. Listen, it's with a C. It didn't have anything to do with race. It's got to do with family. And I can tell you this, they're going to be people of every creed, every color, but they're family. And I'm thankful for all the people that are like family in my life. And I hope that that this doesn't become something, but if you get offended, man, I'm sorry about that. It's just too bad. But there's 150 million other people you can watch. But this is about community. This is about kin and clan, and this is about family and friends. This is really about Jackson County, Northeast Alabama, Southeast Tennessee. Man, we're going to cover a lot of stuff. I'm going to take you along on some journeys and some trips, and we're going to talk about things that I experience. I want you to experience them. And, maybe there's some things that you'd encourage me to do. Maybe you guys will challenge me a little bit to do some different things, get out of my box and have some different experiences. And I'm up for those things too, as long as they don't compromise my integrity. Hey, we're good, man. We'll talk about music. We'll talk about politics. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. We'll keep it positive as we can and just be real and honest. And hey, you never know what might happen. At the very least, we get to know some people, man. And that's what it's all about. Guys, I appreciate you so much. Share this if you can and if you will, if you want to. I'm going to be learning how to edit videos. I'm not going to be doing live stuff anymore. It's just too much of a headache, too stressful, and I don't need any of that. Plus, I have other obligations, things that I do with the church and in the community, doing PA, chaplain work, different schools and organizations and weddings, funerals, and you got to have some family time too, man. And I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about this channel. And I really hope that as we move along, I can learn a lot of new things. Pray for me that I get this video editing and audio editing down pat. I'm not using a microphone right now. I have some, and they're great, man. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to getting all set up and start using that. But at the end of last season of Meet at the Creek, I was supposed to have a guy on my podcast, a great friend of mine from out on the mountain. I was on his podcast a few times, the Alabama Grapevine, Sam McAlpin. And so I promised him when I started this, he would be the first video that I put up. So he and I were talking today. We're trying to work out some dates and times to get out, do some B-roll and some things. Another person that reached out to me this past week, actually we had this conversation. It came up about the podcast, and they said, hey, we'd love to be on, and it's Hollywood's restaurant up in Stevenson. So I'll be talking to those folks, and we're very excited about just the different opportunities and the different people that we're going to be able to get to know. I'm looking forward to hearing their stories, hearing about their lives, hearing their histories and their backgrounds, and how they got to be where they're at. And I hope you're interested in it too, because it's going to be a lot of fun. But again, guys, if you have suggestions, send them to me. Post them in the comment, drop a comment down below. Hey, I'm open for all ideas and all challenges and all experiences, especially those that are local. And man, let's make our community someplace that people want to be, and let's make it happening again, man. And let's love each other and help each other and try to encourage each other. I'm not stupid enough to believe we're gonna all see eye to eye and always get along, but we can always get along if we want to. I love you guys. Thank you so much for those of you that are supporting me and encouraging me. I'm looking forward to everything that's coming. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and the rest of your week. God bless you. Love y'all, man. Till next time.
Clan and kin. Nothing else matters.